Alex, a big game for you guys, coming off a good win. One thing I wrote about was, and I noticed, was there was a lot of local guys, you being from Loyola,
Right.
Garbers, etc. What is that like, especially for you? I know Garbers called it a dream of his to have that moment in the Coliseum. What was it for you?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was surreal. Just like Garbs, I would say it was kind of a dream come true. I can remember being a kid, growing up in LA, going to SC games, being in the stands. So it kind of didn't really hit me until after. It was like, oh, I guess I just scored a touchdown in the Coliseum. But yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was that like? Seeing that ball come loose and pouncing on it, because I think Churchwell said he wanted to.
Yeah, push me out the way. Yeah. It was all honestly like a blur. Like I actually missed a tackle on the play, and when I came to the sideline, I got on the phone with Coach Norwood. He was like, "That was planned, right? Like you missed a tackle, so you could pick the fumble up and score." But no, it was super surreal. Like when I saw the ball on the ground, I was like, "There's just no way. Like there's no way I'm gonna botch the recovery or something. Something's got to happen. I'm gonna get caught from behind, and then everything just worked out. So yeah."
It looked a little too good to be true.
Yeah, just a little bit, but yeah.
Gotta feel pretty good ending your, at least as far as playing USC for the last time, knowing that that's your lasting memory.
Right, yeah. It was great. Got a picture with my boy Josiah Norwood after the game just to capture that memory. Something I'll hold with me forever, yeah.
The defense really showed out in that game, but I mean, you guys have been showing up all season long.
Yeah.
What is it like to be one of the top defenses, to be a part of one of the top defenses in the country?
I mean, it's fun. I think even just watching on film, you can see how much fun we're having out there when the D-line and the linebackers are getting after the quarterback like that, mixing in with the great coverage we have on the back end. It's fun defense. There's nothing like it.
Coach Lynn, it was just announced that he was, I believe, a semifinalist for the Broyles Award.
Oh,
for the
wow.
top assistant.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, well-deserved. He's an amazing coach. I think he's put it on tape with what he's taught us this year, everything that he's brought in, his energy, his knowledge. It's been great. It's just been great soaking in all the information from him.
Go ahead. How important is someone like Law to this defense this year?
I mean, he's the heart and soul of this defense. Like he's our emotional leader. He's our verbal leader. He's our physical leader. Like this defense goes with Latu. He's our guy. He's the guy that we look up to. He's the guy that we feed off of, and he's always going. So his motor's always on, and that means everybody else has to go. So if you're not holding up to that standard, then you can't really touch the field. So yeah.
And piggybacking off of that, I was actually going to ask about obviously he's up for the Lombardi Award, a couple other awards.
Yeah.
Is there anything maybe just because Chip mentioned he didn't want the team to know and all that? Is there anything that maybe people don't know about Lot 2 that you guys see behind the scenes?
I mean, I feel like this. You could get this just from watching him, who he is as a person. He's just super humble. I mean, he's never arrogant, never is the loudest guy in the room, but he's always, he's always there. Just his presence, the way he carries himself, the way he walks around the building, just a all-around guy. Great guy to know and a great guy to be a teammate with.
You guys have Cal this week. What have you maybe seen from them on film, if you guys have had a chance to look at any of their stuff early on?
Yeah, very similar to SC, very balanced. They like to run the ball, get the ground game established. Off of that, they got a great play-action game. The quarterback, Mendoza's been playing really well. They got good receivers with Hunter. It's going to be another tough game, another dogfight, and not a team we can take lightly.
We were talking briefly just about music before we started rolling.
Yeah.
You were talking about a playlist. What would you have on your playlist?
What would I have on my playlist? A little bit of a mix. So I'd go I started off with a little Sade, maybe mix in some John Legend, some Amy Winehouse, and then for some new school, a little bit of Rod Wave, some Gunna, stuff like that. Just a good mix, little old and new. Gotta have that.
I like the Rod Wave mention there. Staying with music, what is maybe one song on your playlist that people wouldn't expect? Be honest now.
People who knew me, they would expect this, but I'd say there's a lot of Taylor Swift on there. Obviously, I'm a Swiftie. There's a lot of Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Things starting to set in. Last Pac-12 game.
Yeah.
career here coming to an end. I mean, when does that maybe start creeping into your mind if it hasn't already?
You know, it honestly hasn't. For me, this whole season it's obviously gone by really fast for me, but I've honestly just been taking things one day at a time, and I kind of just like even just looked up today and I was like, oh, like this is my last Pac-12 regular season game. So, I mean, I wouldn't go back and change anything. Like, it's been a great ride. Made a lot of great memories and friends here, growing as a person. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of going off of that, as a walk-on when you first arrived here, could you have imagined any of what's happened during your career?
Not in the slightest bit. I mean, I came here and I was just trying to figure out how to get to class, like who to look up to on the field, and like make sure I was on time for everything. Looking back on it, I would have never in a million years guessed it would have worked out this way. But like I said, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Is it going to be a little bit weird when you look back as an alum and have to now call it a Big Ten school?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it's already weird, like just talking about the transition that the kids are going to have to go through, like with all the traveling and stuff like that. But it's going to be exciting. It'll be exciting for them, for sure.
How does the Cal rivalry maybe stack up to the USC one for you guys? I've talked to Josh Woods before, and he says the Stanford and the Cal rivalry is like just as big of a deal. What does it mean to you? Oh,
100% is just as big of a deal. I think that a lot of people actually, I mean, I honestly didn't even know it like until a couple of years ago, but Cal is actually our main rival. Like, we are like a baby branch off of Cal, so I think that it's kind of like that, like who is the better like Bear school? Like, we're the baby Bears, they're like the big Bears, but the Cal rivalry is always a good game. I can't even remember a year where we've played Cal and it hasn't been a good game. So it's always a good rivalry.
It's more of a thing for fans, but how much would it mean to you to be the California State champs, beating USC, Stanford, and Cal?
Oh, I mean, it'd be awesome. Like to run California, it'd be awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
How you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Okay, Logan. So Alex just admitted to being a Swiftie. Where do you stand with Taylor Swift?
Swiftie. I mean, I like all types of music, so like I'm not hating on nothing. Like, if it's on in the car, it's on in the car. Like, that's what it is. But I like all types of music. So
cool.
Swiftie, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Final game of the regular season. I mean, your emotions going into it. Knowing that the season's already to this point. I mean, it feels like it went by pretty fast.
Oh, it feels like it's gone by so fast. I mean, this is my fourth season here. That feels like it's gone by so fast. Last regular season game, it doesn't feel right. Going by this fast. But excited. Obviously got a big win this past weekend, but got another game to play, and we're looking forward to it.
Being a guy from St. John Bosco, not too far away from UCLA in the Coliseum, obviously. Was there maybe some childhood memories that came to mind for you throughout that game?
Of course. I've watched that game my whole life. Actually, growing up, for flag football, we were always SC. We were the bad side. So, and we would always play the UCLA Bruins in flag football, and we knew the other team, and it was always a good game every time. So, I've had that own little rivalry in flag football growing up. So it's cool that I got to play in the real thing. So definitely making some childhood dreams come true.
And what was the moment like for Kyle Ford to kind of get that win over USC?
The smile on his face. There's no doubting it. I mean, as much as I want it for myself, I want it for him and for everyone else. But yeah, for him, I mean, we've come a long way. From Orange Lutheran, where I started and where we were together. Now finally get to play together in the Division I level, and shoot, who knows? Maybe the next level too. That'd be awesome. So, but for him, huge.
Prior to the USC game, you guys struggled in those games against the Arizona schools. How good does it feel to come out and play the way that you guys did, both offense and defense, and to put USC away 38-20 like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's huge. We showed that we stepped up and have some improvement that we worked on, and we did, and we can continue to get better. We didn't play a perfect game by any means. There were drives that we fell short of that we for sure could have finished in the end zone, and we're working on to fix that this week.
Did you ring the victory bell?
I did. Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Do you know, is it blue yet?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure they're in the process of making it blue already.
Talk a little bit about TJ Harden's performance, 140 yards. What did he mean to the offense this past week?
I'm not surprised. It's been him since the day he's came here. He's put his head down. He's worked. He stays quiet. He's not a real loud kid. He just works, and he's a baller. And yeah, big time games. We need our big time players to make big time plays, and he's one of them, 100%.
Where would you say the biggest strides were made on offense this week? And 'cause I know Chip mentioned, there was obviously strides made, but there's also a lot of meat left on the bone, as he said.
Yeah, a lot of meat left for sure. But honestly, just as a unit, being able to get that rhythm is what we kind of called it. We finally found a little bit of a rhythm, and everyone was on the same page. We were working together, and we're just out there having fun. If you watch Hudson's touchdown on one of his shallow routes where he makes like couple dudes miss, right when he gets in the end zone, everyone is jumping, putting their hands up, and running to him. And that's what the game's about.
Anything else? Cool. All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
How are you?
Good.
Ethan Garbers looked pretty solid for you guys on offense against USC. Just talk a little bit about his performance and just kind of his leadership throughout that game.
Yeah, Garbers is a really good playmaker for us. He felt like he really stepped up in the big moments when it mattered. We did a much better job. We had a lot of emphasis on finishing drives in the paint, I guess, in the end zone. So when we got down there, he showed a lot of poise, made plays with his legs all day. Just did a great job, and never lost composure on the sidelines too. Kept honest, said got to keep our foot on the gas, stuff like that. So yeah, he did a good job.
You've obviously been here 2 years now. Does it feel like it went by pretty quickly?
Yeah, it definitely flew by. Coming here, didn't really know what to expect. Knew obviously it was going to be a jump up in competition, and then like the games I'd be playing in. It's just been a blessing. Like growing up, like in Southern California, coming to these type of games, being able to play in them, and actually contribute to the team and stuff like that. It's meant a lot, and it's been really cool.
What was it like to not only get the win, but to celebrate with your team? Planting the flag on the 50-yard line,
Yeah.
running over to the fans to celebrate with them. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Felt like our fans did a great job all game. The band, as always, was great. So it felt like after the game we got to kind of give it up to them. But yeah, I'll remember that forever. I think like celebrating with my teammates in the locker room, with coaches and everything like that. Definitely a special moment and made the season feel a lot better for sure.
Obviously, it's a little bit time to celebrate, but not too much because you still have one more game.
Yep.
What have you seen from Cal so far?
Yeah, Cal's got a really good defense. Their secondary is really fast. They got corners who are physical and know how to make plays. So, like I said, it was a lot of fun celebrating, but yesterday it was right back to work. And today we came out here and we're flying around. So we know we have a big challenge, and it's my last game in the Rose Bowl, last home game for us seniors, and we're trying to go out the right way. So we're taking this week real serious for sure.
How rewarding was it as an offense to, get out to a quick start and also give your defense the support after they, gave you guys some pretty good field position there?
Yeah, it felt good. The defense has been so good all year, and they've been holding up their end of the bargain for sure. And so it felt good to kind of do our side of the ball and finish drives in the end zone. We started out the game strong, first drive, just set the tone, and really felt like we had a good rhythm going. Coach talked a lot about just finding a rhythm and playing free, and I feel like we did a great job of that.
Anybody else? Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.
Appreciate it.